November 2, 1944, Lieutenant Günther Andreas rockets down a German runway in the most radical fighter of World War II, the Me-163 Komet, a rocket-powered bat out of hell. Today, he and 15 other Komet pilots are launching the largest mission of its kind. Their target, a sky black with 2,000 Allied bombers. Their goal, the impossible. The Komet climbs almost vertically, crushing Andreas into his seat. In just a few minutes, he's in the stratosphere. He levels out, and the sight is terrifying. A seemingly endless stream of B-17 flying fortresses and their escort fighters floods the sky ahead. 900 bombers, 1,100 escorts. The Komets scatter, preparing for the slashing, high-speed attacks they were built for. Andreas and his wingman, Jakob Wallenroth, bank toward the enemy. They have only minutes of powered flight. They have to make every second count. Wallenroth peels off first to make his attack run. Andreas follows, punching the throttle. In a screaming dive, the massive bomber formation seems to stand still. He has a window of just a few seconds to aim and fire. He pulls the trigger, and his twin 30mm cannons roar to life. Shells rip into a B-17's wing. He dives away under the formation, adrenaline coursing through him. It's a hit, but not a kill. The bomber keeps flying. He watches, helpless, as the fleet of bombers opens their bay doors over the target below. The mission, for the bombers, is a success. For the Komet pilots, it's a failure. But Andreas isn't done. He turns for another pass, his rocket engine sputtering on its last drops of fuel. He positions himself underneath a bomber, then ignites his final reserves. He rockets upward at nearly 600 miles per hour from below. A tactic designed to avoid the bomber's top and side gunners, but the B-17's ball turret gunner is ready. The two men trade fire at point-blank range. A .50 caliber bullet smashes through Andreas's canopy. Shrapnel hits his head. The round tears straight into the volatile fuel tank right behind him. He's flying a bomb, and a single spark could vaporize him instantly. Diving away, wounded and terrified, Andreas is now the prey. His rocket fuel is completely spent. He's a glider, powerless. Captain Fred Glover, in his P-51 Mustang, pounces on the vulnerable Komet. Andreas twists and turns, trying to escape, but it's no use. Tracers from the Mustang's machine guns rip his Komet apart, igniting the fuel fumes. He's trapped in a burning, fragile cockpit, and the intense airflow from his dive is jamming the canopy shut. Meanwhile, his friend Wallenroth is also caught by a Mustang, this one piloted by Captain Louis Orly. A short, brutal duel ends with Wallenroth's Komet, critically damaged, spiraling down toward the Earth in flames. Back in his own burning Komet, Andreas is fighting for his life. The fire in the cockpit won't die. He realizes the 400-mile-per-hour wind is pinning the canopy shut. He can't get out. In a moment of absolute clarity, he pulls back hard on the stick, forcing the gliding fighter into a steep climb, bleeding off precious speed. As the aircraft slows, the air pressure relents. He shoves the canopy open with all his might and bails out, just as his fighter is completely consumed by fire. As his parachute opens, he sees the fiery trail of Wallenroth's Komet crashing into the ground miles below. No parachute emergis. Lieutenant Günther Andreas survived. Captains Glover and Norley, the American pilots, also survived the war. Jakob Wallenroth did not. His was the last Komet ever to be shot down by a P-51 Mustang. The Komet was a terrifying technological leap, the fastest combat aircraft in the world at the time, but it was often as dangerous to its own pilots as it was to the enemy. It was a daring, desperate concept that arrived too late, with far too many costs. The Komet was so desperate, in fact, that some pilots seriously considered ramming their targets. But what drove one Luftwaffe pilot to actually try a kamikaze-style attack against a B-17? That's a story for next time. Thanks for watching.